Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Geronimo, founder of ProsperityLifeX.com. Today, I have here a picture of the Last Supper. I'm going to explain to you why this picture is very interesting. I think there's many interpretations on this particular picture or pictures like this. And I want to share my interpretation of this. And it's a very interesting picture. This one is it's not the original, but it contains the concept and the meaning, the same thing, and I just want to kind of like elaborate on that. So in this picture we have Jesus on the center, and we have the 12, I guess the disciples, the 12 disciples, which were Jesus's other smart buddies. Let's just say that. And in this particular picture, they all have a halo on top. What I see here in this picture is that everyone is seeing themselves as Jesus, or everyone is like really captured by Jesus, or are in awe by Jesus. So what this means is that, actually no, let me take that back. Everyone sees themselves as Jesus, or they're just so literally like captured by Jesus. So for example, like all these other guys, like from their perspectives, they think they are Jesus. Like from their point of view, they believe that they are Jesus because in their own perspective, in their reality, they're the main, they're the center of attention. They're the main star. So this is what I believe is happening here, where it's like everyone believes himself to be the center of attention from their own perspectives. And this is very interesting because at a very higher end of the social ladder, this is what everyone is kind of doing. Everyone's kind of seeing themselves as the kind of like the center of attention. And here we have Jesus as a center of attention. But I think this is more of a depicting a different kind of phenomenon that's happening. The point being that everyone sees themselves as the center of attention. And here they have like these halo effects where it's like everyone's like so captured by Jesus. And I don't know if you've seen that video where I said see yourself inside the picture. In this particular case, this is a very helpful technique to do that. So to understand this picture is trying to say. So if you see yourself in the picture, see yourself as Jesus Christ, it makes a little more sense. Everyone will be kind of like, everyone's seeing you as like you're the main guy. You're like the center of attention. You're the spotlight. However, if someone else sees themselves in the picture, then guess what? All that gets directed to them. So this is like applicable for multiple different people. So it's not like it's specific to just one person. What happens here is that everyone is pretty much just seeing themselves as like the kind of center of attention from their own perspectives. So they in here they use Jesus as like the kind of symbol to portray that concept. I have another picture here. Let me see. I have this one as well. And I like this one because it's pretty simple. Yeah, it just has these like white guys and Darth Vader, and then the main guy here. So everyone, I mean, this one's not really like a clear. It's kind of like a little spin-off, but the point being is like everyone see this is the main guy, and you're the main guy. You're the center of attention. You're the main guy in your story. Going back to this, I think this is a little more captivating. From everyone's perspective, each of us is the main guy, the main hero of our own story. but yet this also is applied to the other person as well. That you're the main guy and they're the main guy of their own story. You're the hero of your story and they're the hero of their own story. So everyone's looking at it. It's just kind of like a very funny thing when you see it this way, because everyone is trying to be like the hero. Everyone's trying to be the center of attention, or this and that, whatnot. And that's kind of like what this here is trying to kind of depict. It's kind of like this weird phenomenon that's happening. And I think it's trying to say something else as well, such as like wow, like you're so amazing. You're so amazing, Jesus. You're so amazing, God. And this is universally applicable, where everyone sees themselves as the center of attention, the main guy, the hero, yada yada yada. So from each of our own perspectives, we see ourselves as we are the main guy. But from another person's eyeballs, they're the hero. They're the main guy of their own story. From their perspective, from their perceptions. And I think this is why this picture is very funny. Let me see if I can find another picture, because I mean that's just like my interpretation of that, where it's like everyone just sees themselves as they are the main one. This one is pretty interesting. Again, in this picture here, they're showing that Jesus is like the center of attention, and then all the focus is on Jesus. Like they're like wowed by him. Now there's a couple like different interpretations that we can use, but I think that the one I'm giving here is a little more like on the higher end. And I don't actually know any other interpretation than the one I'm giving. So this picture I do like, because I feel like this one really, really captures what it's about. And for me, it's simply like everyone. It's a very like creative way to show that everyone sees themselves as the center of attention, as the main person. I want to go back to that picture. It's very cool. This one, I like this because it shows like the Last Supper in Pokemon format, where it's like, okay, you got Jesus in the middle, and then you have like the 12 other badasses. So I do like this picture, because it's kind of like, this is what the Last Supper essentially is in Pokemon form, though. So I'm not going into like the history of it. I just wanted it to go to like into the higher meaning about it. Like there's certain historical versions of this. Those things I don't really know much about. See, there's many like spin-offs to this, because this picture particularly had like a lot of like attention to it, because it was very interesting. But it's supposed to have like it's supposed to contain some kind of secret meaning. And it's very possible that my interpretation is incorrect, but I think that from a higher level, that's what it is. But then again, there's so many like interpretation to this kind of piece that it's like it's really hard to know what's what. My understanding is that it's simply like, okay, you got the 12 guys, and then you got Jesus, and basically from everyone's own perspective, everyone sees themselves as Jesus. Really, everyone sees themselves at the center. Everyone sees themselves as the hero, and they did it in this kind of art format. Alright, that's all I wanted to say about the Last Supper. I hope you liked the video. Please stay tuned for the next episode of ProsperityLifeHacks.com.